we are going to construct a point on a perpendicular bisector. So to start, we go ahead and draw a line segment. So from A to B, and we get the midpoint. So before I start, I take away the label, and we create a midpoint from end to end. Okay, so I want to mark that both are equal since it's the midpoint. So let me go ahead and make another line segment. So there we go. Let me make it red. So from A to C and from B to C. Okay, so we have G and H. Okay. Now let's go ahead and mark that they're both equal. So let me go ahead and go to the object properties. I want it to be for both G and H. So I go ahead and get the decoration of just one line. And there we go. So I don't want to see the label, so I go ahead and just hide them. So now we want a perpendicular line. Okay, so from here to here, we have a perpendicular line. And now let's go ahead and check the angle. So we have an angle right here. Okay, so it is 90 degrees. Okay. I don't want to see the labels. I don't know why they reappeared. Okay, so we have 90 degrees. So let's go ahead and get points on the perpendicular bisector. So we can have some up there or down here. Okay, so they have to be equidistant from the endpoints. So let's go ahead and figure that out. So I create a line segment. Let's change the color to purple. So from A to D and from B to D. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and check their values. So it's for J and K. So let me go ahead and go to their object properties for both J and K, and I only want to show the value. So they're both 2.04, therefore let's go ahead and make them equal. So let's go ahead and put some lines on it to mark them as the same. So I selected J and K, they both look the same. Okay, so there we go. So now let's go ahead and go to another line segment for E. So A and E and B and E. So let's go ahead and make those. Okay, so let's make it a different color. Let's say blue. So from A to E and from B to E. So it's going to be the same procedure. I go to both L and M. I want to see their value. So just the value. Now I exit out. It's 1.97. Okay, so they're both equal. So let's go ahead and mark them. Okay, so we go to the style and we choose one that we haven't chosen. Okay, so there we go. 1.97, 2.04. Now I want to make a checkbox so I can make it appear and reappear whenever I want. So these are points on perpendicular bisector. And the objects I want to show are the new line segments, which are G, H, J. Okay, so G and H were supposed to already be there. Let me see the rest. Okay, so K, L, M. Okay, so it's all of the new ones connecting the 2 points on the perpendicular bisector, which were points D and point E. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if it applies. So I go right here. Okay, so whenever it's not checked off, you can see them, but when you check it, you get to see the points on the perpendicular bisector. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's put a point not on the perpendicular bisector. So let's say point F. Let's just double check if it's not equal. So I'm going to be making a line segment. Let's make it orange. So from A to that new point, and from B to that new point. Okay, so let me just go ahead and hide the labels for L and M if I can. Okay, so I'll do that later. But for N and P, I do want to see their values. So go ahead and select both. And I want to see the values. So we have 2.84 and 3.27. So you can see that they're both not equal. For L and M, I wanted to see the values. Okay. So these are getting kind of distracting, so I checked them off. So here they're not equal, so I can't make lines making them equal. So let's go ahead and make a checkbox to make it appear and reappear whenever we want. So I put it right here. And these are points not on perpendicular bisector. So which is that point? It is point F. It is point F, as well as the new segments, which are in orange, which is N and P. Okay, so let's see if it works. So I press the arrow. Let's see. So when it's not checked off, you can't see them, but when you check it, you can see it appear. Okay, so it works perfectly fine. These, however, do not have the markings. Let's go ahead and try to make it work again. So we select both, object properties, the style, the decoration was 3 lines, I believe. And there we go. Okay, so you can see when we have perpendiculars and when you don't have on the perpendicular. Okay, have a great day.